friends. Yeah, my exhaust is being fixed, and it's been in there an hour and 15 minutes. They just had their lunch. What's my estimate? 45 minutes before noon. It's quiet for 20 minutes. There's 3 guys in there. I'm gonna say 45 minutes before lunch, 1 hour for lunch, 2:30. Hey Pat, I'm getting my muffler fixed right now. You would have been proud of me loading this thing. I got it all figured out. Yeah, so I'm pretty thrilled. They're gonna weld on a new flexi piece, hopefully. Yeah, I fell asleep for about an hour in the car. Oh, this won't be a long video, just kind of an update. I've been watching the trains go by. One train went by double stacked with cargo containers or shipping containers, double high, and it had 4 engines, and it was going and going. And then around the middle were 2 more engines, so it was a total of 6 engines. I've never seen a couple engines in the middle. So another train must have decided to join the party. An Amtrak went by with about 10 cars. I think I'm a train spotter. I just like, it's kind of just neat to hear the noise and the rumble, and those diesel motors just, they're just making all that electricity. Speaking of electricity and electric motors, shouldn't we be putting as many solar panels as we can on a diesel truck and the trailer, and sending all that electricity right to a DC motor on the drive shaft? That would lower the load somewhat. That would give them more fuel efficiency. Guaranteed, I mean during sunlight only, but that would be a hybrid, sunlight assisted semi-truck. Yeah. I'm super proud of myself for getting up early. I set the clock for 5, but I didn't get out of bed till 6. But I still got here right before they opened. I was here when the door was rolling up. And first customer of the day. They do a first come first service kind of thing, so that's nice. I'm actually liking my iPhone more. The camera is hands down a lot better than my other one. It doesn't have a watermark feature. I wish it did, because I like putting my stamp on my photos. I'm just gonna hang out here till they fix it. If they know somebody's waiting, they won't be putzing around doing other things. So they'll be like, "He's still out there?" "Yeah, he's still out there." "All right, let's wrap this up. Let's get it done for him." I used to be, I was a mechanic for 4 years at the BMW dealership, and if I knew there was a waiter, I went a little bit faster to get it done. Usually waiters were oil changes, front brakes. It was never anything big like a clutch or anything, or a transmission swap. For a while in the late 80s, there was a problem with the transmissions, automatics, and like even doing a smog with the car in park could destroy the transmission, because you had to do a high idle for a little bit. Trump is flexing on Iran, and I did a tweet to the RT Post. It would really behoove Trump if he made me U.S. ambassador to Iran, first in 45 years. to have a channel of communication. All this flexing without direct communication and diplomatic ties is only going to lead to more misunderstandings. It's going to be 80 today. I saw a video, I posted it on my Twitter, of people who got eating raw pork and they got the worms from the pork, and it actually leaves like little rice-size cysts throughout the whole body. It looks like you had a photo of the body and you just sprinkled rice over it. Nearly innumerable. Oh, here's another train. I can turn this around. 4 engines. No, 2 engines. Even some of that graffiti's pretty, like right there. I think those are car carriers. Anyways, people, be really careful with pork. They weren't calling it a tapeworm, but it was a pork parasite. And they calcify. So they live, this person wasn't complaining of pain, but they're about to be in the world of pain. They had a fall and broke their femur. And the x-rays show all these sparkly bits everywhere, like the size of a grain of rice. Look at this blue one, right there. GATX. Oh, another one, GATX. Never saw that shit before. So, parasite cleanse. I really think the medical heads up for the year, as far as I'm concerned, is parasite awareness. We have, apparently they've been obfuscating or hiding parasite in humans because that's what leads to cancer. And they don't want to cure cancer, especially if it's as easy as parasites. So there's lots of homeopathic remedies such as garlic, turmeric, and some other stuff. I don't know what it is, but if you just start using TikTok, or I'm sorry, Instagram for parasite cleanses, or Google it. Oh, there's a train in the middle. Right there. A car in the middle. One car. One engine in the middle. Parasites control our lives, whether we know it or not. And apparently, if you got it really bad, if you're not giving them the sugar that they're craving, then they start urinating, and that makes you feel weird, and it makes you crave sugar to keep them fed. So if you feel like you don't have any control over food, or food is overtaking your life, you could have parasites. I'm coming up on a year I haven't had pork. Yeah. Amazing, these train cars. Like, this is why we have such low prices in America. We've got the ability to ship things quickly with trains for lower costs. It's really impressive. You know, like, let's talk about the graffiti here. I think they should sell, trains should sell that lower part of the train, or just actually, they should sell it to advertisers. Oh, they got a train at the back. Coca-Cola should buy that. That should be advertising space on trains. That should all be billboarded to whoever wants to buy it. It's flat wood, and you stick. It's the same process of putting an advertisement on a train as it is a billboard. It's most likely plywood, and they stretch something pre-printed over it. We should, okay, train ads. I think I've had this idea before. Ads on the side of trains. Who's gonna see it? Well, I just saw it, you know, like, how many people look at trains? A lot. I'm so excited. My car is being fixed. I think I'm gonna put it for sale. I don't know. I have so many thoughts right now that I just got a lot of thoughts. I'm not sure they're healthy thoughts, but it's my ADHD. I'm just trying to do too much in the time frame. Trying to do 25 hours of work in a 24-hour day, and then you have that hour that you can't do work, and then it leads to not accomplishing. I mean, that's the short version. Of course, I'm not working 25 hours. I gotta make an appointment with my psychiatrist and say, what the fuck? I asked for some ADHD medication. You gave me Wellbutrin. When she said she was giving me something else, started with a V. And I looked up the V one, and it was more like an amphetamine, which I think is something I want to try it. I think it's going to give me the focus I'm looking for, because I'm lethargic. I'm lethargic as fuck. Hey, Mr. Morris, how will I solve the California speed rail development? Yeah, Vicodin. Well, that name kind of sounds like it, but isn't Vicodin? I don't know what Vicodin is. Okay, how will I solve the speed rail problem? Well, you're gonna love this answer. Anti-gravity. I'll have anti-gravity buses. So we could go from the tip of California to the Northern California to Southern California within 1 minute. 1 minute. We can fly to the other side of the world in 5 minutes. Anti-gravity is absolutely the future of everything. And it doesn't run on gasoline or diesel, it's electricity. So, like for me, my first prototypes will have to be some batteries. But I'm also pretty sure I can make a infinite power source. And I know that's super controversial, but it's like Xanax. I think it's not Vicodin. I've heard of Vicodin. I think they give it to people who have a tooth done, but it starts with a V. Just Google, if you're Googling, medication starts with a V that's a stimulant for ADHD. I'm not looking for anything to bring me down. I'm like, with ADHD, the way you fix it is by overloading the brain with some stimulant. And then instead of having 100 thoughts, it's just too many, and it calms you down to your 1 or 2 thoughts, from what I've read. Oh, I'm in town today. I can't get my back x-rayed because I got the trailer. I'm gonna go buy the insulation for the shed after this. They've got 162 bundles in stock at Home Depot, so I only need 4 because each has 7 bats, and it's only $260 for the insulation. R15 faced. John Mathers, maybe. So I'm really excited about that. And I did my research, and when it comes to fiberglass, R15 is the most I can put in there because the wall's 3.5. I could get an R22 value if I use spray foam, but that's a lot more expensive. I really want to get my life turned around. We'll get there. Yeah, I think that could be the name of the drug, Vyvanese. It could be. If it says something stimulant like amphetamine, then that's the one. Some asshole got my number and they're spam calling me. Fuckers. Total harassment. Like, I wish law enforcement could just stop these people. A little warm right now. It's probably 80 degrees. Let's see. I got a temperature. Yeah, Vyvanese. It's 80. Feels like it. Whew. Well, Mr. Morris, thanks for figuring that out. I think I want to live in a place that snows. I just love the snow so much. The crunch, the stillness, no bugs in the air. And the summer heat is, I'm just not a heat person. Maybe what I should do in my big Mercedes is take a road trip and get a trailer hitch for the Mercedes and buy a lightweight trailer that I can pull with the Mercedes. Or, you know how Harbor Freight sells that $500 trailer? Well, this would sound stupid, but what if I take that? It'd be better if I got a boat trailer, and make my own trailer. Buy some aluminum and a welder and weld up a frame and then pop rivet the aluminum. No, that'd take me months. I don't have time. I'll just buy a used trailer. Maybe pull it with the Mercedes. I have this idea of maybe starting a horse rescue. And this idea works any place land is cheap. So just find, but not hot. Find a place where I can get a bunch of acres and then, like, let's say it's 40 acres, because you can get 40 acres in Wyoming, and just start a place for horses to run around wild. And it's a non-profit, and get donations from the internet to babysit horses. Like, tired of, you want to get rid of your horse, you don't want to kill it, but you can't afford it. Well, I'll take your horse and I'll get donations from the internet to keep your horse alive and try to rehome the horse. And if you want to ride the horse, you can come out and put a saddle on it and ride it if the horse is somewhat tame. And a lot of people just love horses. That's all. Northern California, well, there is a place in the corner. If you go to the top border and go to the east between California and Nevada, there's a place called California Pines. And if you go, there's about probably 100 lots for sale right now for $5,000 each. And why is it so cheap? Well, it's a failed subdivision in a place where there's no jobs. And it snows in the winter. I think it's magical. So I want to get my ass up there. I heard a story about a lady who was digging a tunnel under her house. She was doing a hell of a job. And then people were thinking, oh, she's going to create a danger. And so they turned her into code enforcement. And then she ended up getting permits. And she did plans and got permits. And she's still building her tunnel. That's pretty awesome. And it's kind of like a little bit of my life. People fucking with me. And I think I want to get it. I want to learn what it's like to build my own home. Pour a slab, 2x4 construction, stucco, insulation, wiring, plumbing. I want to go through all of it. Do it myself. Do the inspections. Mr. Morris, I would absolutely support Northern California seceding and being its own state. So if I am governor of California, I'm going to put to the voters that California first become its own nation, and then we spend a year as its own nation. Then, during that year, I'm going to propose that we divide California into 8 different states. And if the voters approve that, then there will be 8 states. And each state can redraw their counties and all that stuff. But California is such a beautiful, rich territory to be abused by the federal government. Everybody makes fun of us. Fine. We're going to leave this dysfunctional relationship. It's not working out for us Californians. The federal government ignores us. They don't treat us well. The seat of power is 3,000 miles away. They don't care about us. So I say break up with the United States, become a sovereign territory, the nation of California. And, you know, in 10 years, if the United States wants to get its shit together and welcome us back, here comes another train. I think the best thing I have as governor, as a candidate for governor, is free electricity for all people who live in California by making geothermal. We can put in a bunch of geothermal plants and just make electricity from the heat of Mother Earth. The other thing is we'll be able to get lots of money from the gold in the mountains by Lake Tahoe. And we can bring industrialized mining resources to that territory. Like for many years, they were doing hydraulic mining and they outlawed it because it was contaminating the rivers with too much mercury. Well, there's a way to do it safely where you create a containment pond and the mercury is trapped there. But to get that approved with all the tree huggers and the other people would be really difficult. Also, with my anti-gravity technology, I can make a gold magnet. So we can just process dry dirt through the magnet and all the metals are going to be attracted to it. Iron, nickel, silver, gold, palladium, platinum, whatever metals you can think of would be attracted to the gold magnet, and then we just process it further. That's leaps more efficient than using water or other methods such as hydrochloric acid. It's so amazing they figured out things like hydrochloric acid for gold mining nearly 200 years ago. I'm so excited they're working on my car. I hope there's no shenanigans like, oh wait, it's a little more difficult than we thought. I'm gonna have to charge you more. I'm willing to go to about $500. $200, I'll give him a $20 tip. Yeah, Morris, America without the Central Valley farming can make the rest of America starve. Well, we would do trade with the rest of America. And, you know, well, maybe you don't know. I want to say with geothermal electricity, which is ubiquitous, plentiful, available anywhere in America, we could start growing food with electric light, hydroponically indoors. Imagine just massive warehouses. They're doing the vertical farming. We could be doing that with electric light. And the only thing stopping people from doing it is the cost of the electricity and the infrastructure. Well, LED lights are super duper cheap. Yeah. Long ago, a blue LED was really difficult to build because you had to take like a slice of a crystal that was blue. Now they have a synthetic process. That synthetic process has been around for like 15 years. So the ability to have super duper inexpensive LEDs is prevalent. Yeah. And by the way, by doing vertical farming, we can do robotic harvest. Like there could just be warehouses with robots picking the lettuce, the strawberry, the beans. We're really at a turning point in human history with all these robotics, AI. It's pretty miraculous. Strawberries is a pretty profitable crop. I drove by a strawberry field the other day and they got their plastic out there and I was just like, wow. You just look, each row, there's like 4 strawberries wide and it's 100 feet down. That 6 inches of strawberries by 20 inches is worth, well, that's $5 a bundle, so that's $10. Like one row of strawberries could be like $50,000. I'm driving by like $500,000 worth of strawberries. Dog, I might be staying in Desert Center this summer. That's true. Yeah. It's gonna be much. Oh, let me just tell you. Ding, 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 ding. News alert. You are not gonna believe my good fortune. Remember I told you across the street there's a house with a well? Well, I met the owner yesterday. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock and I heard some noise. And I thought, oh, are some fucking thieves over there? So I got on my dirt bike, and somebody was planting cactuses. And I went and talked to him, and it's the new owner. And he works in the Hollywood. He was in the neighborhood for the Nolan, the director Nolan, Ethan Nolan. Anyway, the movie's called Tenan, T-E-N-A-N, and they filmed at the mine, the Eagle Mountain Mine, and they bought a 747 and crashed it into a building for real. And they filmed that there. And he was part of the film crew. And he was like, I like it here, and that's why he bought the house. He also owns a lot of acreage, and I told him I did a calculation that per acre I probably can make $8,000 with solar. So maybe we go into business. And I told him about the neighbor. Another neighbor's got a tilapia fish farm, and he's like, whoa, maybe I can get some grants for that. I'm like, maybe. So the good news is I said I recently got your contact information, your mailing address, and I wanted to contact you just so I can let you know if there's any bad stuff going on, let you know. And also I would like to, with your approval, maybe use a little bit of your water to fill a small swimming pool, and I'd be willing to pay for the electricity that it would cost. And he's like, you know what? Since you're here and you want to help me with the property and keep an eye on it and stuff, I'll let you have some water. So he's going to let me have water to fill an above ground swimming pool. So I'm gonna buy one of those 3-foot, you know, like the Coleman above ground swimming pool. It's like 3 feet deep and 12 feet wide. And yeah, so I'm gonna have a swimming pool. That's really exciting. His name is, well, I won't tell you his name, but really excited. I met him and his father, and when I introduced him to the other neighbor, and I asked the other neighbor for permission to give his phone number to the new neighbor, and he said sure. So I introduced each other to, so now the numbers have been exchanged. So I'm building community, yeah. And I'm gonna have access to as much water as I need. It's on the other side of the road, so I'll just run. It's about 1,500 feet away, or 2,000. So when I'm using water from his system, I'll just lay some drip tubing across the highway and just send over the water. And when the water's done, then I just disconnect it and take it off the highway. Cars can drive over a little tube. Nobody would notice. I'm super excited. So I got R15 insulation, which I'll install by removing the panels on my building from the outside and just putting it in there and then putting the panel back. It's all screws. That's probably going to drop my, I had a 24-degree differential. It's probably going to drop it down to 40-degree differential. That's my guess. I think I'm going to buy a traditional door, because the door I made is, I mean, it's just a homemade door. It's just cut plywood with hinges. So I'm going to buy, most likely, a steel door, just so when I lock it, the thieves won't try too hard to damage my property. I don't know yet. Also, I sent my Apple laptop in for servicing to put a battery in it, and then well, I want to produce a little bit of music, so I just upgraded my Suno account, because Suno now has the ability, when you make a song, you can download the melody or the lyrics. You can separate them. So I'm gonna try to do my own lyrics. So I'll buy, you know, an okay, I'll try to find a used microphone. Maybe I can get a $300 microphone used for $100, or I'll just buy a microphone. I'll do some research on what's a good microphone to buy, and I'll do some of my own singing, and I'll try to put together my own album. And I looked into getting my stuff on iTunes, and it costs $50. There's a service. And I looked into pressing my own vinyl record. So I might become a musician. Hey, I'm inspired. If a complete idiot like Kanye West can do it, I can do it, right? Yeah. Also, this guy's open to maybe business partnerships. Well, he was super excited about the solar, and I told him about how, you know, we just make our own Wayne and Steve Solar LLC, and then we make a lot of money selling it to the network versus a consumer. If you're a consumer, you can't make money. But if you're a solar farm, it's a totally different story. I also told him about a gravity battery. And a gravity battery is like you pump liquid to a tower with the solar, but then at night you drain it and make electricity And the electricity at night is more valuable than electricity during the day. So for just the infrastructure of a water tower and some pumps, we can make more money. Like even, it could be double or triple. I don't know the answer of how much more money it is. I can tell you that the solar farm across the street has installed thousands and thousands of batteries. And when you drive by it, there's these green and red lights. So they've installed these they're like shipping containers full of batteries, like Tesla. They're probably like Tesla car batteries. And the whole purpose of that is selling the electricity at night makes them more money. So it's so profitable to sell nighttime electricity that they went for the super duper expensive batteries. It's that profitable. I'm having fun talking to you, friends. I appreciate you. I just want you to know that. You guys really, you add a nice dimension to my life. Without you, I'd go insane, for sure. Living alone in the desert is, well, it's lonely, but with you guys, I'm not so lonely. There's a couple babes I'm talking to on Bumble right now. Yeah, one of them's a blonde hair, blue eye. She's 66 years old. A real beauty. The other one's pretty cute, except she's 74 and she's already playing games. She's like, I got a side hustle, and she lives in a 55 and older community, and she was like, I thought it was a commercial to join her community. I'm like, so tell me what's your side hustle? She's like, oh, I can't tell you right now. I'm like, well, here you are talking about it, but now you won't tell me what it is. I mean, you could just say I'm selling stuff on eBay, but I think what she's doing is she's selling membership to the place she lives. She's trying to be a real estate agent, is my guess. She gets a referral fee if you move in. I don't know. I never go to Blythe, no. Yeah. I'm in the Palm Springs area getting my muffler fixed. Or not muffler, but my exhaust system. Pretty excited about this. It's 80 degrees today. So with getting my laptop, I might actually end up buying a Windows machine. I don't, if I am gonna stay the summer, well, I'm gonna probably, I might invest in doing a chipmunk cam. I have a Starlink, some 24-hour cameras for the critters on YouTube. I don't know. I'm such an idea guy, but then that adds to my inefficiency. Ideas are one thing, it's all about execution. That's like in the world of startup, they don't want to sign non-disclosures because who really cares? It's really about execution. Nobody's going to steal your idea. I mean, they could steal it, but could they bring it to market? Likely not. Oh, I know what it is. I want to start learning the new programming techniques where you use AI to do a lot of programming. Oh, dog, have you been driving that? Yeah, it's going to be super nice, right? Well, they're, you know, from the bottom of the hill towards the top, towards that rest stop, that they're working on that right now. It'll probably be another year. Dog, I think you're the guy who drives to Arizona often. You sound pretty chill. You're welcome to swing by my house sometime if you want. Of course, bring some beer. You're welcome to spend the night, kind of thing, if you want or not. Bring a tent. Big Bear has snow on it right now. If you're not from California, you should Google this town called Big Bear, and it's in the mountains, and 6,000 feet. They got snow slopes there. Oh, it's Big Bear Lake. It's a lake at like 6,000 feet. It's gorgeous. Like, I'm surprised it's not uber expensive. The reason it's probably not uber expensive is because at the bottom of Big Bear is San Bernardino, which is a poor community with many rambunctious people. Well, friends, I've been talking for 45 minutes or 40 minutes. You've helped me pass some time. Thank you. And I'll probably do a drinking stream tonight. After this is done, I'm gonna go to Walmart, get some food. I got my chat and some beer. And then I'm gonna go to Home Depot and get the insulation. And I should be able to put the insulation back there. Oh, I'll get some, I don't have any straps. Do I have straps? Not really. I'll buy some straps to hold it down. It was good getting up early. The sun doesn't come up till 6. So if I don't take any naps, I should start getting up at 6 and getting work done when it's not hot. Big Bear has a cool eagle's nest cam. Oh yeah, I've seen the eagle nest cam. They got 2 little babies right now, and the parents were, keeping the little chicks warm, and there was snow on the nest. I was like, whoa, you think your life is hard. It's pretty beautiful, Mother Nature. Okay, dog, thanks for being here. Pat Paulson and Mr. Morris. It was great chatting with you guys. Have a wonderful day. See you tonight. Bye-bye.